Happy Death Stranding Day! Death Stranding is here, but there is a problem.
There are so many conflicting reviews. What do we do?
Our Death Stranding thoughts and the worst video game marketing tonight on our Critical Path. Welcome everyone, this is the 83rd time we have done this, and by this I mean the Critical Path. We are Hack the Dino. My name is Ben Rosenthal.
And my name's Dan McGuinness.
And over on the keys, we've got Mr. Braden.
Hello.
Hey, how's things going, Braden?
I definitely didn't just run over here a minute ago.
And you definitely are wearing clothes, so don't worry everyone at home. Braden is fully wearing t-shirts.
One day I'm going to do that joke where I wear green jocks and green screen them out, and then at the end I get up.
Well, no, because I have to see that.
Nah, it'll be summertime.
Anyway, this is our Death Stranding show. In case you've been sleeping under the cave for the past 3 years.
Sleeping under the cave?
Well, you know, dead people. Death Stranding. You do realise we've been excited about Death Stranding for the entirety that we've been doing this show?
Yeah.
I think we even talked about it.
God, wow, yeah.
On the very first episode, we talked about Death Stranding, and it's here now. It came out today. I've played a little bit of it, but we're going to be talking about that very, very soon. First, the pluggables. You can see us on YouTube at youtube.com/hackthedino, which is where you may be watching this live stream right now. Once you have watched this, and when it goes up tomorrow, you should also give it one of these. Give it a big old like for 10 seconds, and that'll give you a good luck.
Don't like this one. This is just the non-live version. This is all for the people in the chat.
Yeah, well, now they're going to be really, really confused when they watch the VOD tomorrow, and we say, don't like this one. Like this one.
We are excited.
You can also hear us with your ear holes over on SoundCloud, over on Spotify, over on Twitcher, and all those other things as well. Be sure to leave a review and help us grow that way. And you can also see Dan over on twitch.tv/hackthedino, where he streams games weekly.
I do.
What'd you stream last time?
With the game I'm reviewing tonight,
Control.
We're mixing up the show a little bit tonight, aren't we? We're doing the sections out of order just because it's such a big Kojima day.
Yeah, it's a huge Kojima day. I've been going Kojima nuts. I've been watching documentaries on the great man. I'm wearing my Kojima production shirt. See, there it is.
I also have been watching documentaries on him. There's so much I didn't know about it. How much he has failed.
Yeah, it makes me feel good.
He's such one of those dudes. You're like, oh my god, you have failed at so many things. I'm going to get in it.
Anyway, let's start it off with Kojima Watch. Now, you may have heard me say, oops, sorry, it's because I accidentally elbowed Dan.
In the balls.
Okay, Death Stranding. We've been waiting so long. This thing was announced before we were even a show. Kojima is, like, we do ham it up a little bit, but in all seriousness, Kojima is a visionary. He's a hell of a guy. As I said before, we've been doing a lot of research and watching a lot of Kojima documentaries lately. This guy's amazing. His family used to get him to, like, they all watched movies daily as a family.
Yeah.
And he used to have to write papers and give them to his dad on a film that his dad told him to watch. But seeing how Braden's brought up the Death Stranding stuff... Oh, no, it's the documentary.
Yeah, this is just kind of this random shots of Kojima working.
Well, this was the BBC documentary, I think, playing now in the background.
And I think because it's a BBC documentary, we can just play it.
Yeah.
They're not going to...
Anyway, Death Stranding is here amongst a myriad of very, very confusing, very, very mixed reviews. I managed to play, I think, 45 minutes of it before we came, because of course there was a day one patch and it's 32 gig. And we live in Australia, so that took
patches.
Yeah, I know. That took a while. So should we go into what I thought about it for the first 45 minutes first?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is this kind of like what you're playing?
No, but yeah. We can skip what I've been playing, or I'll just mention it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty rubbish.
So 45 minutes of it. This is an 80-hour game so far, so I've played a gnat's wing of what it actually is.
So 45 minutes, so you've watched half a cutscene?
No, he's actually really reined in. Yes, it's a cutscene, but it goes smoothly from cutscene to play to cutscene to play. it firstly beautiful. It is such an atmospheric, beautiful, calm, peaceful game. The pacing in just that first 45 minutes was great. One of the mechanics that I was really worried about was the whole LNR to get your grip when you're walking along and you're overbalanced because you have heaps of packages on your back.
That's fine.
From what I played, no, it's so well ingrained into it. The mood, the characterization, the writing. Obviously, I'm big on writing and big on character development and pacing and the look. And it's beautiful. It really is just, so far, 45 minutes in, fantastic. I am so in love with it.
So that's your first. That's your first thoughts. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. Obviously,
Well,
next
good,
time we play,
you were like,
I was stressed. We were talking about it in the chat during the week. Just some of the reviews. So we'll go on to that. There's been a wide range of people reviewing the game in the previous week, and every single reviewer had a different opinion.
yeah.
You had Tristan from IGN, who gave it a 6.3, I think.
Oh, that's a rubbish score.
6.8.
6.8, so a good game on their scale, but it's 68%. And his whole problem was...
Too much hype?
No, it was just a game of fetch quests. He said it was just, you get a parcel here, you go here, you go here, you go here. And it was boring and laborious, and the game really didn't start until 10 hours in. And from the sound of it, like he's an Australian as well. He spent a majority of the review just sort of ripping on it. To the point where, like, playing what I've played so far, if I was going to stake my review on the first 45 minutes, which is ridiculous, no one ever does that, but if I was going to, I would say IGN dropped the ball in giving him the review. I think they got the wrong person to review it.
Yeah.
I think they should have got someone who... Or maybe it's the right person. Maybe they wanted someone to focus on the gameplay and the mechanics. This is
not be blinded by the hype and all the...
Well, I don't think he was. I think he's very level-headed, as a good games journalist is, such as Tristan. But he just seemed really let down by it, really disappointed by it.
That's what I feel I'm going to be.
So then we had Brian Altano came out, and he echoed those sentiments.
Did he?
He did.
He's one of your bros.
He is. He's a very knowledgeable man. He's played many games, and I like to think that I have very similar tastes in him. Besides all the illicit stuff that he used to get up to. We won't get into that. We'll let Brian tell that story. The comedy button. Check it out. But yeah, he didn't like it. And primarily because his main problem was there's a... BB, the bridge baby that Norman Reedus carries, it cries. And when it cries, it comes through your speaker.
Oh, yeah.
The integration with the rumble pack with the controller is amazing, by the way. The first scene has Norman Reedus driving a motorcycle through the terrain, and it's rumbling as you go over these hills and everything. It's really immersive. It's really, really cool. Altano had to turn off all of his PlayStation notifications and things because this crying baby, he said, was constant, just really got to him. To me, like, Brian's got a 18-month-old kid, and... is still...
You don't need any more crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an almost 12-year-old kid, so I'm well past the whole crying at night. Dan's got a newborn, so he's well and truly knee-deep in the whole 3 hours sleep, wake up, 3 hours sleep, wake up. It's exhausting. And, games are an escapism, and if you sit down to play a game to escape from reality, and you've got a controller constantly going, like that Yoshi's Island. You got Baby Mario crying.
That was annoying as well.
Yeah, I can see how that would really hinder his experience.
So this is where I see a lot of people lose it with games. I don't play a game to mimic reality. That's why Grand Theft Auto makes no sense to me.
Yep.
It's just a dude walking around, driving cars, shooting some people, sure, but it's just too reality for me. Like, if I want to be pulled away from reality, I live in reality. I want to be able to,
And I can say from the opening moments of Death Stranding, you are pulled away from it.
Yeah, good.
The way they introduce the world, the way they introduce everything around it it's mind-blowing. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Next, moving on to Greg Miller. He loved it. He gave it kind of funny, don't give scores, but he said it'd be an 8 out of 10. He played through the whole thing in a week. 60 plus hours. He thought it was great. It was the type of game he was looking for.
Yeah,
he
cool.
was looking, what'd they call it? It's a hitchhiking sim. Not a walking sim, a hitchhiking sim.
It's a hiking. It's
Yeah.
hiking, not walking.
Yeah.
If hitchhiking is just catching a truck somewhere.
Yeah, sorry, hiking. That's what I meant.
Hiking?
Hitchhiking sim.
We're such physical people.
It's a hiking sim. So he really dug it, really loved it. One of the other, who's the new person on Gamescast?
Oh,
Imran?
Yes, Imran, yeah.
Imran. He didn't like it. He liked the game, he liked what it did, but he didn't like it. Then you've got Kelly Pileggi, who...
It looks so good.
it's
doesn't it?
amazing.
Look at it.
You've got Kelly Pileggi, who works for GameSpot. She gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
She thought it was absolutely amazing. She talked a lot about the characters and the world building, which is
What's
a
that
lot of
that
what
you just
I...
did then?
You scan the area looking for parcels, which you can see.
So
you can pick up- you can pick up-
leave parcels around.
Well, previous parcels. See, this is the good thing.
Are they from failed like delivering people that died?
Yes, but you're living in an online world. Like everyone else who's playing this game is on. Well, you got limited people on a limited server, and you can lose parcels in your game, and other people in other games on the same server can pick them up and deliver them. And what's really cool about this is Kojima has taken the notion of social media and likes, and the currency is now likes. You get likes for delivering things, and they're literally likes. And when you get them, and it goes like, and that's currency. You use your likes to get in favor and to purchase things. Again, Kojima making a commentary on society and everything. So I really think it comes down to
those like crosses.
Those red crosses, I believe, are like what could be obstructions.
and stuff you can climb on and over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's just so much to go into, and as I said, I've only played the first 45 minutes. I got up to, you know where you've seen him walking around with a body on his back?
Yes.
I got up to there.
Yeah.
And then I had to turn it off.
Body.
Okay,
So this, pulling back a bit,
Yep.
this is a good sign, because
I was really worried.
we were like, it's going to be rubbo.
Like, when I saw gameplay, and they were doing the L and R thing to keep your balance, I thought, oh, no.
Thinking about this, Kojima, what games has he done that aren't good? Because we've seen people take on his franchises and ruin them. But has he actually done bad games?
You ever played Penguin Adventures?
Oh, we're not talking about that.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
No, so the mechanics of it, the gameplay mechanics are so integrated so well. So I was worried about the L and R things to balance, but when you're playing it, it makes sense, and it is natural, and it is smooth, and it feels like it should be there.
Do you ever shoot people?
No. The weight of the... No, you don't kill
Out.
anyone. No, you can't kill... I'm not going to go into storyline. I'm not going to go into any spoilers here at all, 45 minutes in. But every time you pick up a package and have to wear it, it weighs you down and tells you how much weight. And the more weight you have, the quicker your stamina drains. But also, your momentum changes. So if you're going down a hill, you start to go... Whoa, 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 and you have to grip with your feet in order to not slide down. Likewise, if you turn around a corner too fast, you start to tip. And I've face planted hard a couple of times already.
There were some pretty good videos of slams of Death Stranding.
Now, I did die in it. I fell off the side of a cliff.
Nice.
I want to say it was for review purposes, but no, I'm just rubbish at games. You do go underwater. You go underwater, and you have to find the strand to take you back up. So I'm not quite sure how that fits in yet. But again, these little teasers in the opening 45 minutes are just... Oh, there's so much... good. So what I want to talk about is why the reviews were so all over the place. And I personally believe that reviews are subjective. Sure. Games like this that sort of are a whole different type of beast. Oh God, I don't know what I want to say.
It's hard because people who review games, they need to review them
before by deadline.
No, but that's their job.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're playing games that are good, like a lot of people just have to have a certain amount of bad reviews, otherwise you just get boring. Like reviewing is a really slippery slope. You know what I mean?
Like playing games.
Is it really a job?
Yeah. No, I think people who play games a lot, it's easy to fall into a pattern. I mean, I don't know. I've never been a game journalist. I'm not a game journalist. I like to give my thoughts on what games are. I never went to university. I never studied any of that. What are we? We're bloggers? Vloggers?
We're idiots.
We're idiots. We're game idiots. That's right. Dan and Ben.
Idiots from UHF.
You're game idiots.
The Weird Al Yankovic movie?
I do.
Yeah.
No one else does.
No.
Because we're boomers.
No, we're Gen X,
We're
man.
Gen Xers.
Generation.
Break it down. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, reviewers are also human. So they might be having a bad day. They might not feel like having a 50-hour marathon gaming experience where they have to, not only do they play the game, they have to constantly take notes and capture footage and also produce a review. So it's a lot to go on.
Bumblebee's in it.
Now, what I really, really want to talk about is what I see the problem with Death Stranding. And it's something we've touched on before. There's two things I want to talk about. The first one being hype.
Oh, yeah.
Apex Legends at the start of the year
Was
huge because why, Dan? Something you brought up?
hype.
Hype. Yeah, hype kills it.
Hype kills. Like, if you, like, hype is, like, not a good thing.
No.
Like, if you're trying to create a product and you hype it up, people are always going to be disappointed. Don't do that.
Yep.
If you've got a solid product, there is no need to hype it up. I understand with Death Stranding they had a whole bunch of stars in it, so they had it in like kind of like a film kind of marketing campaign because like, it's probably what the stars expected.
Yep.
I don't know how that stuff works. But yeah, like if you overhype something, you have shot yourself in the foot because people like stuff that comes out subtle. Just like the game I'm going to be reviewing today.
The other
Oh,
problem...
there's your body, man.
The other problem with Death Stranding is the people. Not the people in the game, but you out there who have these expectations and who are very negatively focal on the internet. Games are subjective, reviews are subjective. What I would suggest, and I had this conversation with someone in the Discord server during the week, find a reviewer who has similar ideals to you, who likes similar types of games, constantly talks about games and has the same thoughts as you.
Yeah.
And maybe listen to them. You don't have to listen to every single reviewer and go, that person's right, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. It's all subjective. By badgering them and coming down on them, you're bringing a lot more bad, I don't want to say vibes, but the whole bad feeling towards the game. I had my doubts until I actually played it. You got to remember that as well. Reviews are good for an indicator. And yes, the IGN review when it dropped had me going, maybe I won't pick it up. But I decided to today because I got really, really excited about it. And I'm very, very happy that I did.
And it's fun to get excited about things.
It is.
That's how the hype beast works. They're like, people want it and they think it's going to be the best thing ever. And then they get it and they're like, hang on, I didn't draw a third limb when I played this. Why not? And then they got too higher expectations. But yeah.
And also attacking reviewers for their review. I read one when the IGN one dropped. I read one person say to this, or in the comments section, you obviously haven't played many open world games.
To a reviewer.
To an IGN reviewer. Like, that's just unnecessary. You the analogy I've put here that I think everyone will understand is, you think that you're a Rick, but you're a Jerry.
Oh, that's a hard... Yeah, everyone thinks they're Rick, but the majority of the internet is a Jerry.
You're all Jerrys. We're Jerrys.
No,
I'm probably a Summer, actually. I'll be Summer.
I'm Morty.
I'll be Summer. All right. So in conclusion,
I'm Beth.
I'm gonna be playing Death Stranding for a long time.
You reckon it's your game? It's your game.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Well, it's gonna take me a while, but I'm in.
I've got a feeling that, like, someone in the chat before mentioned, like, come back in 50 hours and give us your review.
Happy to.
I reckon Kojima Watch is going to turn into Death Stranding. Like, you know, the visual diary or whatever, like, each week now, which is fine.
But I do have some other Kojima news because he has been around this week because he had a game come out. The most exciting news is Kojima is already working on his next couple of projects. Already. So a quote from the great man is, and I quote, "I don't want to stop making games, but I want to create something like a short film or movie in between. But I'm kind of working on the next project, so it's really difficult to focus on other mediums, but of course I am really interested. Yeah. I, for one, will give my left kidney to see a Kojima film. I think it'll be absolutely fan-freaking-tastic.
Well, as you were saying before, Kojima massively came from the film background, and that was his original love. Like, he made, like, films with his, like, friends and stuff like that. And he just somehow got into video games. I don't think he ever wanted to make video games. He wanted to do film.
No, that again, same documentary I think we watched is he played Super Mario Brothers, and that was the big thing for him because games
He's like,
up until Super Mario Brothers, they were all single screen games, and then Super Mario Brothers had Mario moving and going to different worlds, and that blew his mind and sort of opened him up to all the things that you can do with games. And let's face it, Kojima is the type of person who pushes game genres
now compared to Super Mario Brothers. It's so mental.
The entire Super Mario Brothers game could fit in that pixel just in Norman Reedus' eye.
Yeah.
So Kojima's got an idea for a horror game, which, the last one he had a crack at is now a Stuff of Legends.
Yeah, PT demo, or playable teaser demo. Man, I'm so shattered they didn't do that. Like Silent Hills. This is basically the child of Silent Hills. Because Norman Reedus was going to be in Silent Hills, and then he went, "Yo, Norman, let's keep going. Let's make a game."
And can you imagine with all these Hollywood connections? Look at the Hollywood connections he has in Death Stranding. Can you imagine who would put their hand up to be in a Kojima short film? You imagine if he did like a PT film with Norman Reedus in it?
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
Like, even the cinematography in the cutscenes for Death Stranding are better than anything you'll see at the movies. Buy Death Stranding, okay? Just buy it. You can get it for $68 for the first week at JB and EB price match. Buy Death Stranding. Please.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I got too many games going on. I got the Outer Worlds at the moment. I got a whole bunch of games on the go. If I buy another one, it's just being unfair to the other games and the developers who put so much work into
So you've been playing games? Well, Dan, what have you been playing?
What we've been playing.
Stuff. Welcome. Oh, look at that. What's that there? Aladdin and the Lion King?
Oh, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, So I have been playing Control. Now, Control is a game, it's a third-person Metroidvania cover shooter.
Jeez.
It came out, no one talked about it. Hardly anyone talked about it. The only reason I know it exists is because I just caught a random stream one day of someone playing it on your guys' thing. Kind of funny.
Kind of funny?
Yeah. And
my guys.
And he was just like,
Taught
he was just
everything
loving this game. And I thought, and I was looking at it going, man, this looks like the exact kind of thing I would love to play. So I looked into it, and it was by Remedy Games. You guys know Remedy Games?
Yep.
If people who don't know Remedy Games, Remedy did stuff like the Max Payne 1 and 2. They did Alan Wake. They did Quantum Break. And they did this other game as well. Not going to mention it's a war game. And now they've done Control. And they are, in my opinion, this game company, they may be my favourite game company. Because I loved Alan Wake. That was such a cool game. They are a genre-defining... their games are genre-defining game changers. All of them. This whole show is going to be a splurge. Have you noticed from me and you? This is going to be like...
Yeah, we're see underneath
we're like
this
the
table.
anti-reviewers. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, don't.
No.
And for the young people in the audience, don't even work out what we're talking about.
You'll get it when you're older.
So yeah.
Boy, you'll get it.
So straight away, I opened this game up. I didn't really know what it was. I just knew I wanted to play it because I'd seen some screenshots. Straight away, beautiful graphics. I was like, oh, good. When you come in, it's got like, whenever you walk into a new section of the game, it just comes up with like a big title card, like in white letters, like, Executive Lounge. And stuff like that.
Boom, private toilet.
Yeah, basically stuff like that. It's so straight away you're thrown into this game.
Boom, cafeteria vending machine.
It actually has cafeteria. It's very straight away, very David Lynchy kind of storytelling. You don't know what's going on, but it's not too outrageous that you can't follow. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of just good storytelling. As you can see on here at the moment, it's not going to be making much sense. So you are a lady named Jessie, and you are trying to find your lost brother who was last seen at this place which you're in, which I've written down here. It is a US government aid. It's called the Federal Bureau of Control. It's a secret US government agency tasked with containing and studying phenomena which violate the laws of reality.
Good. About time someone cracked down those reality violators.
So you get there and you walk in and the main director has committed suicide at his desk.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, yeah.
Suicide in the office.
And you pick up his gun, which he committed suicide with, and it's this, you can see it on the screen, it's a sentient gun, which moves around and
Sentient gun.
stop it. And so straight away I'm like, oh yeah, sentient gun, so that's cool. And then you start going through and you find out that there's this force that's invaded this office, which has stuffed it up, this agency, called the Hiss. Or you call it the Hiss, and everyone starts calling it the Hiss. And it's something to do with their experiments. So it's got that very, like Black Mesa vibe, where they've done experiments and they're stuffed up somehow. And then you're coming in and you're like... So you've got this gun, which is called the service weapon, and the only person that can use it is the director of the company. So you become the director of the company straight away.
Like Excalibur.
And you've got powers and stuff like that. Boom. Stop it, Ben.
Don't read out the comments that are negative about me. All right? Just...
Yeah, so you go through it. Really good storytelling, and Jessie herself is a very good character. She's quite broken in that, and you get a lot of, like, you're going through cutscenes, and then it'll cut closer to her, and you've got her inner thoughts. She also has another being living inside of her that has also its own inner thoughts, just to get more.
It's like Piccolo.
I'm not going to get into that. As you can see in the graphics, it's amazing. This game's physics engine is beyond bonkers. Now, but Braden, I've got a video of like the physics in this game, the destruction physics. This is like nothing I have ever seen in destruction in games. So here you can see here. So you've obviously got ESP powers as well. Mm-hmm. Everything in this game is destructible, but everything is destructible on a different level, and they've thought about every item individually. So if you shoot, I think later on, if you shoot a plastic chair, you know those plastic chairs everyone knows.
Yep.
If you shoot the plastic chair leg, the metal, it'll bend. If you shoot the plastic will shatter. Like,
that's cool.
And the physics, you can see he's like, oh, I'm going to shoot a bit of that. The desk falls down.
That's really cool.
And everything, the concrete here. Like,
you just clip through that vending machine, but that's okay.
There's a little bit of that. So then you get the power. And like, you have these fights in this game, right? It's better. And then at the end of it, you just look what you've destroyed in these fights with these guys. And it's like, at the end of that scene in The Matrix, where in the lobby where everything just falls down, you're just like going, and everything you destroyed is there. Look at this, like the shattering. My favorite thing ever was to go into like the public toilet, like the cubicles, and just unleash a power.
Public toilet.
Yeah. Look at the Venetians. Look at that.
Oh, but that's our new quote for the show. Hack the Dino. Look at the Venetians.
But like, I did stuff like, oh, maybe I'll shoot the phone. Can I shoot the receiver off? Yes, I can.
That's sweet.
Can I shoot, books? And then like, papers on the wall. There was like a sign in one of those freestanding signs advertising. You can shoot the sign out of the frame and stuff.
Wow.
Like, it is like, well, here it goes. Public toilets. Look at here. Like, oh, it's so satisfying just to smash it.
Broken toilet.
Satisfying. So yeah. Also, the sound in this. So when you pull something with power, it's like it's stretching the air and screeching like, and holding it. And the longer you hold stuff, everything else around that's like around you just starts reacting to this power and spinning around you, like, and you just
sweet.
And you look at this. It's the whole walls they're taking.
So attention to detail. They've really gone to a microscopic level, minuscule level. Like, to be able to do that sort of thing, that's great. Can you eat those chips?
No. But you can upgrade your power, your psychic powers. To the end, I was picking up forklifts and throwing them at people, and do you feel powerful? Look at this. Feathers coming out of the couch.
That's pretty cool.
Like, I was going on about my Gears of War review. Remember, I was like shattered that it wasn't much. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Look at the... Oh, wow. I'm legitimately blown away by that.
Dude, like the whole way through, you get blown away with this game. And the fact that all this is happening whilst you're fighting is so fun. You're like, they're smashing stuff up. There's dudes. And then I gain the ability to grab the actual dudes and pick up the dudes and throw them at each other.
Can you force choke them?
No, when you grab them, it pulls the life out of them.
Oh.
And when you pull when the life comes out of these hiss, you might not have seen it before, there's like a rainbow.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that before. It's beautiful.
Is I assume that was like reality warping.
No, yeah, it's like kind of like it's hard to explain, but look at this. Ceiling tiles.
Yeah.
Like falling out so when you're doing big things, it's you. Look.
Anyway.
But anyway, oh man, yeah. So the story is really, really good. The graphics were really, really good. The ambiguity of the story and how it felt was really what I wanted to get out of Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, look at the dust falling off the roof. But now, so I was really, really impressed. This, at the moment, is my game of the year for me. This is exactly how... My bad points in it, though, there are a couple of bad points. It is a lot like an old school game. So, you know, you have to get... It'll say, like, you'll talk to someone and they go... You have to get down to, you know, like science processing. And it'll give you a map, but there's no markers on it. You just have to look and see their science processing. You can see there, that map for a second.
Just on that note, Floppy in the chat has asked, does this all take place in one building?
It kind of does it at the start, but then you realize this building is like as big as Black Mesa. It goes down underground. You know the Resident Evil mansion?
Yep.
How the whole Resident Evil set in the mansion, but it's not. It's like that kind of thing. You also get to control points, which are like your fast travels, and you can see here. See how there's all blocks everywhere coming down. So you go in and you push reality back to normal. So it's just it's my game of the year so far. I can't. There's more I could talk about as well. The gun, the upgrading. There's all these you can upgrade yourself personally. You can upgrade your gun. You can put mods on your gun so they change. So you've only got the same gun, but you can turn it into a sniper rifle and stuff like that. It's just. You can see here, she's cleansing reality back to normal.
Wow, that's really cool.
Like, the game's sick. And it went so under the radar.
And
Who
it's just
talks about this game?
It's just a single player game. It's not a multiplayer at all.
It's a completely single player, just a campaign. It is quite short. It only clocks in around about 10 hours, but I'm quite okay with that. It's not an expensive game. I picked up on the PlayStation Store on a sale. But yeah, I reckon this is the kind of game that it'll be in sales bins, and if you see it, just grab it. It's just so good. Like,
a lot of people did like it. Some of the other shows that I listened to of some of the reviewers over in the US really, really love this game.
Look, and she uses it as a key.
That's cool.
And all just stuff like that. You're like, this is wicked. Why? And like if you go down this hall, you go down here, you can knock all those bits of paper out of those things.
Oh, jeez. Well, that game does look really cool.
Yeah.
And definitely, I dare say, in the Game of the Year contender for this year.
Yeah, for the Hack the Dino Game of the Year, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I've been playing this game.
Something a little bit different.
A little bit different.
Oh, I think you've got...
Aladdin.
Whoa!
Now, I picked this up purely because my other half...
You're an idiot?
I liked Aladdin. The Aladdin game was really, really cool.
Yeah, I've got it.
Lion King sucked. But I did finish Aladdin when I was a kid. Lion King, not so much. I did pick this up because my other half loves Disney. She's an artist and an animator as well. So this is right down her alley. Truth be told, that was how I was managed to buy this Switch that we got in the front here.
What are you playing this on?
You play it on the Switch. Oh, I play it on the Switch.
Was it on... Someone in the chat. Was it on the SNES?
Oh, it was originally on the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive.
Yeah, because I had it on Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Which one did they port? Oh, it's the SNES one, because it's the Switch.
No. No, because Capcom made that one. Whereas Virgin made Lion King and this version of Aladdin.
So this is a different game.
There are two different versions of Aladdin. Aladdin on the Super Nintendo and Aladdin on the Mega Drive.
Does it have the one step ahead of the law?
Yeah, but it's in MIDI, so it's like...
We'll never sing.
No, that's what the instruments sound like. And also in the Sega version, you have a sword, whereas you don't in the Super Nintendo version. Super Nintendo, the sprites are a little bit bigger and there's a little bit better colors, but there is superior sound in the Sega version. But what's really funny is that on this disc as well, you have the Game Boy versions. You have different versions of the game and the demo from the space. What was that?
I didn't get any
pre-E3 one. I don't know.
He keeps falling into those.
Yeah, this guy's not very good.
It's really like he's got no shoes on. Like, it's really unnerving for me.
Well, it's mind over matter.
Oh my god, idiot!
It's not really, because you don't know how to get enough contact with the coals in order to transfer heat and burn your feet. So it's just science. It's not mind over matter at all. It's pure
People
physics.
still burn themselves.
Yeah, I know, because they're not doing it right. Anyway, that's that. Let's go to the next segment. News.
News.
I was looking at my screen. I had no idea what we were doing. So, hot off the presses, this came out only a couple of hours ago, but Shuhei Yoshida has stepped down from his worldwide studio's presidency to helm a new indie-focused venture. There he is on the screen now. Good old Shuhei giving us a tour of E3 in 2018.
Didn't PlayStation lose someone the other day?
Yeah,
Look at him touching Norman.
Sean Layden well, Sean Layden's no longer there.
Yes.
In a 20-character tweet, whereas Shuhei got a nice couple of page farewell.
Yeah, massive press release.
It looks like they're... Now, Braden, you've looked into this a little bit more. To me, it looks like they're restructuring PlayStation ahead of the PS5 launch, which, yeah, that's a pretty normal thing to do. You get off now before the hype for the next gen starts.
Yeah.
What have you found, Brad?
So I was listening to Kind of Funny Games Daily, Greg Miller and Emran. They were discussing this, and I listened to it in the car because I thought they'd have some good thoughts on this. They're PlayStation boys.
Yeah, hurry up, Braden.
So turns out what Shu's actually doing. So he stepped down from chairman or president, whichever one he was, and he's actually now heading a indie movement for them. So everyone who's been saying PlayStation's really turned away from indies for a bit. They've mainly been focusing on VR for a while, but Shu now taking this role is going to really step up their indie game again.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So...
You heard it here.
I
Secondhand.
We still don't know what happened to Sean Layden.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's a story to come out at another time. But still on the PlayStation front,
See him getting onto a motorbike there?
PlayStation has trademarked the PlayStation 6 through to PlayStation 10.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they've done this before. When they registered the PlayStation 3, they did it right up to 5. So I think they're just making
Blocks
sure...
of 5.
Yeah, making sure that they're well and truly covered for the next 10
So I
years.
should, so for the sake of my children's children, I should register PlayStation 11?
Imagine if you could. Maybe we should. Maybe we should see if we can get PlayStation11.com.
That's definitely the best use of our money.
Thank you, Patreons. So yeah, a little bit of news there. Overwatch 2 was announced at BlizzCon with quite simply amazing short.
This trailer is amazing.
They always do really spectacular shorts for characters, and this one it's better than Pixar. It is so smooth, the animation. I was really, really impressed with it, and you should really go check it out.
I don't think it's better than Pixar. It's just good.
It's really good. It doesn't do it justice in the little corner of the screen.
No, but we can't show it big because we'll get flagged.
Yeah. Blizzard have also announced that they don't have a release date for it, so...
They got a whole bunch of new characters in this trailer as well.
Yep.
They just look like kind of different skins of other characters.
Yeah, and they also announced that it's got a single-player story mode as well, so it's not just a hero shooter.
I might jump in. If it looks like this, I'll play it.
Yeah, if you're fighting giant robots, I'm pretty keen. I've never played any Overwatch, though.
I did. I hit Overwatch pretty hard for a while.
Yep.
I felt like with some mates, it's not my game. Like I said, I don't play a lot of online games, but yeah, with a story in there, I wouldn't mind doing that. This bit's cool here, where they block the power with their love. Their friendship.
Now, Diablo 4 was also announced.
Yeah, I don't do Diablo 4. I know people love it. I know people, it's so many people. It's one of those addictive games where people play it, just continually play it, and play it, and play it, and play it,
I'm keen.
play it, and play it. What?
I'm keen.
You down?
Yeah.
Are you a Diablo fan?
I really like Diablo 3.
I've never played it.
Oh man, I flew through Diablo 3.
I own it.
Speaking of flying through things, no segue there, but more DS games are coming to Switch, says Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa. Sorry, I know you're a listener. So what games do we want to see from the DS come to the Switch? For me, it's NES Remix. We got some footage here. Do you ever play NES Remix?
Yeah. Both of our games are quite weirdly similar.
Mini games, but retro Nintendo mini games.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
This was a great game. I love this little NES Remix thing.
And I just can't understand why it's not on Switch
now,
already.
I didn't. I've got my game, but I'm not 100% sure if it is on the Switch store. I kind of looked for it and I couldn't find it, but I did
WarioWare Touched. Yeah, it is.
It is on there?
Yep. Also, WarioWare Do It Yourself.
Oh, don't worry about mine then. Mine's already on there.
Oh, no. Sorry. No. The DS version is not on the Switch. No.
That's touched.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not on there.
No.
Yeah, I wanted that on there because that's the original one I played on the DS, and that was the first thing that made me go, "Wow, this little thing's awesome!"
Yeah.
So WarioWare also is just a bunch of mini games.
Oh, it's great. Got a couple of people in the chat. Floppy is after Alien Infestation, and Ashraf is looking forward to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers. Now, I played those games. Pretty rubbish. Oh, Norsey in there as well. Has said Ocarina of Time 3D. Yes, I agree with you. I would also like it.
Is that not on there?
No. I know. How easy would it be for Nintendo to just bring out one car? I don't know if it is easy. I'm not a game dev, but with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on it, they would make so much money. Probably from me, because I'd buy at least one copy.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You buy every one version that there
Yeah,
is.
you're right. I would. All right. Still in Nintendo land, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has officially passed Street Fighter 2 as the best-selling fighting game of all time. Now, Street Fighter 2 was at, I think, 15.2 million copies sold, and Smash Bros. Ultimate is now on 15.7.
And the footage I've got is Street Fighter characters in Smash.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. See?
No, I was going to claim that as I found.
Yeah, of course you were. But I make the show. Me! Right. Next show, Dan's doing it. Everyone, spot the difference. But this is actually really huge because Street Fighter has held that crown for a long, long time. And that's taking into account all the arcade games, all the arcade ports, the Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super's not Rainbow Edition, but all those Street Fighter games. And now one game, Smash Bros. Ultimate, has beaten it.
I love Rainbow. Just have that on my arcade machine, on my completely legal one.
Yeah. And also in overpassing Nintendo, PlayStation 4 has now surpassed the Wii as the second best-selling console of all time. Fair.
Best
I just got-
advertisement for them
I just
ever.
got called boomers again in the chat. Oh, how good is this ad? Have you just jumped ahead, Braden?
Yeah, he
a little
has.
bit.
This was the PlayStation ad that they brought out this week for just PlayStation.
Mhm.
It is awesome. Look
It
at
is.
this. It's all the characters in real life. This looks like the Pixels movie that I wish I watched. Like, look at this. Like, I wish we could play this big. It looks amazing. It looks 100% real.
Why would you get on the Fortnite bus?
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Well, why? Look at this. Don't shave with that. Shave with this. Be a man. The Final Fantasy bit in here is so good. It just the soccer bit I was a bit underwhelmed with.
I love how they've got real life soccer players in CG.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
There, Cloud in the library, and he knocks over all the stuff. Get out! And so, yeah, straight through the wall.
That cloud looks great.
Yeah, like
those
it-
renders look amazing.
Yeah, PlayStation have always had a history of doing really good ads. From they did the ones where Chris Cunningham did the original ones. Remember the girl and they just pulled her eyes.
Oh
slightly
yeah,
apart?
yes.
Like he's like, they've done all these really strange, cool ads, and I really like Sony PlayStation's marketing.
Floppy in the
Does.
chat has asked if Chrono Trigger is on the Switch. No, it's not, and I
Can't
really
believe
wish.
you didn't say that.
Well, it goes without saying.
You're falling. You're faltering.
Well,
you're
to make up for that,
floundering.
I'd better talk about Pokemon for a little bit.
Oh no! Shut up, Floppy. Stop ruining the show.
The entire Pokemon Sword and Shield Pokédex has been leaked. You're not going to get any spoilers at all from us. But if you would like some spoilers, I've decided I'm going to do a podcast-only mini-series spoiler cast coming out every couple of days as I play through Pokemon Shield. I'll just be 15-20 minutes. I'll just be writing down my thoughts leading up to a section, revealing everything about it. So that'll be over podcast only. So head on over to SoundCloud or Spotify. That'll be coming out as of next.
Sauercloud?
Sauerkraut. I'm hungry. Not really. Sauerkraut's awful.
We also talked about Pokemon on another little episode of Nostalgia.
Yes, Brayden, we did. We did Nostalgia just before. Talked about Pokemon. We did an unboxing. How's that unboxing coming?
It's literally going to be uploading as we speak.
Oh, wow. So there you go. If you like to see people pull crap out of boxes,
I
go
would
for it.
rather you not upload whilst we're uploading the show live to YouTube, Braden.
Oh, no, I'm not. It's
There's
happening
that
later.
cat, the bird with the sword.
So if you would like to hear my not really live thoughts, I'm just going to be a little journey, about a little journal.
A diary?
A diary
Yeah.
about me.
Develop a diary?
Yeah, but a game playing diary. Anyway, I'll be talking about Pokemon a lot. Come on board. Have some fun. It'll be hell good time. Next, deals!
Deals. Oh, this is my section.
Deals.
So this week in deals,
Deals!
I am gonna make like a graphic eventually for this and have like what company we're talking about as a little button for Braden to press, but at the moment I don't. So deals this week. And you've got to say deals.
Deals!
PlayStation, we have Street Fighter 5 for $17.46.
Good price. It's a good game now. Lots of free updates.
Yeah.
At launch, it was a bit rubbish, but now, great game.
Yeah, so that's good. We also have Shenmue 1 and 2 for $33. I'm not going to put the cents in there. I'm just going to say
The
I'm
round
gonna
it up.
round it down.
Well,
Round
you
it
know.
up. So more Shenmue. What is you written here? More Shenmue is in the works after 3.
Yeah, so a little bit of
Shenmue 4.
Well, they've announced they've got plans for more Shenmue after 3 is done.
So I played Shenmue the first time on the Dreamcast all the way through. It was my first kind of open world game, kind of like this. So it's set in like Japan in the 1970s or 60s or something like that, or maybe 80s, 1980s. And you get to like walk around and collect, gachapon. Is that what they're called? Gachapon toys and stuff. And it was back when I played it. It was just like, Japan seemed like an unattainable country you could never get to. Yeah, because no one went to Japan when I was younger, but everyone goes to Japan now. It's like it's the new Bali.
No, it's not. Don't say that. Bogans, stay away from Japan. That's our place.
Yeah. Anyhow, also, and then also on the PlayStation we have Farming Simulator Premium Edition for only $110.
That's a discount.
Yeah. You can
Look at that! Look how exciting farming is, everyone! You can sit in a tractor and chop down those ridiculous hay things.
As my family is farmers, in their sheep and wheat
Oh,
farmers.
you'd be getting flashbacks.
Yeah. Over in Sejuna.
Longing for the time when you had nothing to do. They don't get it. They don't have the internet.
But I know all these machines. I know what they all are. But I've watched people stream this game for a long. I actually have watched them.
I like how the hay is just disappearing instead of getting sucked up. $110, everyone.
So Natty, who's one of our, I think she's one of our lower level Patreons. She streams this game, and I've watched her play it for a long time, way longer than I should have. It is quite good because you can get dogs.
Oh, well,
you can upgrade and get dogs, and they run around and do stuff.
Oh, no, UFO.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
Remember in Majora's Mask when you go to that farm and like aliens come and kidnap the cows and you have to shoot the aliens before they get all the cows?
Bit weird, eh?
That's awesome.
Anyhow. Okay, so that's it for PlayStation this week. Moving on to Xbox. What do we got? So let's have a look on my thing here. Xbox doesn't have much. It's just got Games Pass for $1 for the first month. Now, Games Pass is really good.
Yeah, it's great.
You get so it's basically like a streaming service like Netflix, but for games. You get a whole bunch of really big games. What do we got? Outer Worlds?
Yep.
Outer Worlds on this. You can have Outer Worlds for $1 for 1 month if you want at the moment.
Yep.
Dead by Daylight, Gears 5, Minecraft, etc. and stuff like that. All big games, plus a whole massive back catalogue of Xbox 360 games as well.
Yeah.
So, if you have if your primary console, console is Xbox,
We're sorry.
It's a good thing to get. Now, is Games Pass different from like Gold?
Yes.
So you have to have 2 memberships on Xbox.
No,
Or
I think
they're
getting rid of Gold. I think they're incorporating it into Games Pass.
Oh, get rid of this guy.
Yeah. Bye, Sean.
So that's all Xbox has really got for this week. Now, looking over to Nintendo Switch deals. Resident Evil 4 for $26.
It's pretty good. It's a great game.
It is pretty good, apart from the fact you can get this game for like $4 on every other console.
Yeah, but you forgot about the Nintendo tax.
Yeah, the Nintex tax. Nintendo tax?
Good one.
Doesn't work. Nintendo tax. The second one, which I really like, Wonder Boy Returns Remix.
Yeah, no idea this was a game until I was searching through the shop.
Neither did I.
And it came up.
I'm a massive Wonder Boy. So this is a rejigger of the very first Wonder Boy. So, I'm a massive fan of this. Like, but
it's a remix of, like, the levels aren't in chronological order. You finish a level, like, you'll be on 1-1 to start off with, then it'll go to 4-3, and then it'll go to 2-6. Yeah.
No, that's okay, I suppose. I wonder if it's got more of if it's as brutal as the original one. 3 lives, the end, or whether it's got like a sort of you can start from here when you die kind of thing.
Well, I mean, how much would you be expected to pay for one of these games?
The main thing with Wonder Boy, I don't know. Yeah, how much was it? I just forgot to say, $12 this week, which is the whole part of deals. And moving on, I don't know what this is. Ape Out.
This game's dope.
This game, I wanted to get this when it first came out. It's a really, really funky gay ape. You're an ape escaping from the zoo, and it's got this. It's a roguelike, so it changes each time, but it's got a jazz soundtrack that is a roguelike as well. So like the jazz soundtrack changes as you kill the guards trying to escape. Great game. I can't wait to get it. Too bad I just purchased an 80-hour epic.
It's kind of like Monkey Ball, but different.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is, if you guys just want to test it out, there is a free demo of it on the Switch store, but it's out this week for $11.25.
Yeah, it's like 50% off.
Yeah, 50% off. Yeah. So that today is deals.
Deals! But before we get into tots, we're going to thank our Patreons.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you very much to these Patreons. They're beautiful people. These are the top tiering Patreon.
Top tiering.
Top tiers. So thank you to Ashra. Thank you to Floppy. Thank you to Henry G or Henry Gupta. Thank you to Todd R. I'm going to start saying last names. I don't know.
Good call.
Thank you to Tom P. Thank you to Mike Town. Thank you to Karen. Thank you to Ash. Thank you to Dylan Stevens. You guys are our top tier Patreons that support us over on Patreon. If you guys like what you're seeing in your chat at the moment, and yeah.
What do you get for $10? $10 a month, Dan?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Because you said it.
Let me help you out there. For $10 a month, you get the pre-show or the post-show, depends on when we remember to do it. You get Hack the Dino More. So $10 Patreons actually get the opportunity to stream it live with us. So if you got in this live chat now, you can do that with Dino More. Now, Dino More is just us talking about anything and everything that isn't video games.
There wasn't one last month, which we apologise.
No, there was.
Oh, there was?
There was.
Oh.
So then at the end of the month, it goes up for free for everyone. But, yeah, Patrons get it a lot earlier. They will also get priority seating at our live show coming up very, very soon. Dan, stop playing with that half pussy. And if $10 a month is a little bit too expensive for you, don't worry. There is a $1 a month tier where you get some stuff that I can't remember at the moment, but it's really good. Trust me. We're very, very close to reaching our next goal, which is, Brayden, what's the 120 a month goal?
I keep forgetting about this. It's me having to go to...
We're going on a ghost tour with Brayden, who's perhaps the most scary person in the history of ever.
Scared person. He's not scary.
Scaredy.
Anyhow, let's get on with the tots.
Ghost hunt.
So, topic of the show is 8 of the worst game marketing fails. Now, up until you did a bit of research, I didn't know hardly any of these. These are so good. This is probably my favorite. This is going to be one of my favorite tots, I reckon.
All right. Well, you want to kick it off?
Yeah. So first up.
Maybe we should explain it a little bit. Clearer. Throughout the ages, game companies, usually the higher up companies with a lot of this, try different and wacky ways to get your attention. So you'll buy their game, you'll buy their product. They don't always go as well.
It gets a bit wayward sometimes.
Like, I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, Fortnite had that black hole where they just went completely dark and everyone was freaking out. Great marketing. These ones,
not so great.
Not so great marketing.
Let's get into them. So number 1, I'll go. Dead Space 2 ad. So Dead Space 2 thought it'd be a great idea to get a whole bunch of mums come in and show them footage of this hideously violent game, and then them to react obviously that they didn't like it, and so all the cool edgy kids would want it. This grandma, this is her live actually seeing this footage, goes to town on them at the end. She is like, if I see that game in a shop, I will hit it with a hammer and smash it. She's like, this is what is wrong with society. This is why there are criminals in the world.
I loved it. That's what I loved about it so much. I went from the game and she just went on.
She says it.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen now. That's a boomer. Someone who was born in the 1920s / no, it was after World War II, wasn't it? Boomers?
Yeah, we're not boomers.
No, in the 50s. People in the 40s or 50s, they're boomers, okay? People who complain about society nowadays and how the internet's corrupting us kids and we're all on our mobile phones, they're boomers and they're hilarious and frightening.
So this marketing campaign did not go down very well. It didn't work. No one cared. And I think the only thing that came out of it was this one lady who just went to town on the developers, basically. She just went ham on them. It was so good. If you want to look this up, this is on YouTube so you can hear the sound. We don't want to get flagged, so check that out. So that is number 1 of the game fails. Ben, number 2.
Speaking of things that are slightly controversial, when God of War 2 was launched, they had a launch party where they invited everyone to come in dressed up in the same type of clothes. So you had scantily clad women and men.
There's actually footage from it we've got.
Yeah, they had to do tasks like put their hands in snakes and whatever. And there was a beheaded goat in the middle of the room.
Jesus.
People were asked, like the devs were asked to put their hands in the goat's stomach and pull stuff out. And it was a real dead goat.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It was... Yeah, people didn't like it, eh? There
Man,
was real
the 2000s
snakes
were a different
around,
time.
like... Yeah.
Awful. Awful thing. I actually can't believe.
I love the executives that must like plan this stuff out and they think it's going to be good, and then it's just like, what do you? Oh yeah, now in hindsight, I realise that slaughtering an animal in the middle of a party.
Oh, it was already dead, but its head was just lying in the middle of the room,
Yes, and it was steak.
Yeah. Oh. All right, next.
What's my next one?
Splinter Cell.
Where are we?
Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell. So Splinter Cell did a what is it? Conviction role play.
Mm-hmm. Splinter Cell Conviction.
Conviction. So basically, they got a person to like dress up and do like a like a sneak in. Where was it at though?
New Zealand. New Zealand shopping centre.
So someone got to like dress up as a Splinter Cell guy, have like a fake gun and stuff on. Except someone saw it and they called the police, and the police came thinking he was a real dude with a gun, and they almost shot him.
Yep.
So this is marketing failing. We don't have any. We couldn't actually find any like footage of this. 45's got some Splinter Cell stuff happening here. This is a total PR mess. They would have been hating life, or they would have been loving life. It depends on how you take this stuff.
No such thing as bad publicity. Yes, there is. You can chop a head off a goat.
Yeah, you can. You can like almost get someone arrested and shot live on television.
I'm pretty sure that's bad.
Yeah.
Bad publicity.
So yeah, back in I don't know when that was, like 1990.
I think early 2000s.
Early 2000s. Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to let this one pass, so hang on to your butts, Microsoft fans. But the Xbox One launch, priced at $499 US, that's almost $900. You couldn't play used games, so if you bought a second-hand game, you couldn't play it.
This is all their like stuff they were bragging about.
It required a Kinect to operate. It always had to be online. And there were, I don't think this was ever proven, but they had facial recognition. And if you were watching a movie and there were you rent the movie for 4 people to watch, if a 5th person came in, the Kinect would pick up that 5th person's face
and turn
it off until that person left.
Yeah, they really went funny with that. And look, guess what happened? The internet spoke.
Yep.
None of this stuff happened.
Yep.
They
backpedaled so hard.
They were like, we're on our fixies. We're going back. We're going so far back. We're not on a loose one. We're on a fixed bike.
And in typical Sony form, Sony came out after their conference and went, PlayStation 4's cheaper.
Yes.
And they won.
That's all they did. And
they literally called them out in every way.
Yeah, they basically said PlayStation does not need this, does not need to be online, does not do that, does not, and that was their whole pitch to how good their console was.
Killed it.
What it didn't do.
Yep. And as a result, well, along with it being a great system with a great UI and fantastic games, they just cleaned up. Xbox was never in the conversation for this gen.
Yeah, Xbox hasn't done super good. It does speak a little bit more to the younger people. I think a little bit more than like people around our age. But when you go into like some shops now, you go into gaming stores and you notice the Xbox section is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So eventually it'll just turn into like, and the Switch section used to be that small section, and then they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
I will say, Ashraf in the chat has pointed out my favorite thing PlayStation never did ever. In regards to sharing games between people and like used games and everything.
Yep.
It was just one of the workers and Shuhei Yoshida passing a game case to the other one and then like smiling. That was it.
See, they're good. They know what they're doing.
All right. Next worst marketing fail.
Where are we here? So,
Mega Man.
The Mega Man, the art. So I've only got a very, very short video of this art.
That's all right.
This box art.
Dan, you're an artist. You're a professional
Can we
artist.
pause this, Braden? Because it
Yes,
doesn't come off very long. I should have just got a picture.
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple of them. They're all awful.
No, it's just this one. All the rest were good.
Really?
Yeah.
I find them all hideous. But anyway.
So this is the worst one. So everyone knows that there's bad back in the day, they used to draw things that didn't really represent the games. But this person did not know what Mega Man was. He read the brief wrong. Mm-hmm. He put him there with a gun.
Yep. Didn't realize it was his hand cannon.
Yeah. Made him. He's got some gold armor for some.
What's going on with his shoulders?
Double click on this brain. Can we zoom in on that? No, you can't. Can you?
I will.
You're gonna find it.
I'm gonna find it.
You're gonna find it. Yeah. This art is atrocious.
What got me as well is in Japan, Rockman, which is what Mega Man is over there, was really, really like chibi and cute. It was a cute, bright, bubbly game, but they were afraid that it wouldn't sell over in the Western area, so they got this company to do
Because there's
sci-fi boxer, and Mega Man's never been sci-fi.
well, the other one with the silver one, which Braden might go find where he's all silver, actually looks badass.
Yeah.
Like, that sci-fi one, like that's one of those times that when you look at the cover, you go, man, that looks wicked, and when you get it, you're like, uh-oh.
Look at, what is wrong with his shoulders?
Yeah, that's rubbish. Can we go down, Braden? Make it full screen?
Oof. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, no. Anyhow, so that was a massive fail on the gaming marketing side of like the cover. Like it just did not represent anything that it was.
All right, we are running way over time, so we're going to
Doesn't
burn
matter.
through this. Dante's Inferno protest. EA, in their infinite wisdom, because they're full of good ideas, in 2009 at E3 to promote a game they thought would
Be controversial.
Yeah,
Dante's Inferno, religious, like background.
Yep, so they made a fake protest, which was quickly found out by everyone there, and they were made to look like fools.
Look at this great footage. And if you can hear the sound of this protest, they are so lackluster. They're like, game is bad.
Yep.
Game. Boo. Religion is better.
Yep.
Boo.
All right, let's get on to the creme de la creme of this segment.
Okay. The Resident Evil 6 butcher shop idea. They decided to create a pop-up butcher shop, and instead of having meat, they had meat made into body parts, but not tell anyone, and just have it. Was it like at a market or something?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you rock up, and there will just be this butcher shop there. You'd rock up, and there will just be slaughtered humans everywhere. You can see it in the thing now. Now, I'm borderlining on whether this is
Those hands!
the best marketing thing ever. There is a entire corpse. There's some ears you can see in the background, and they're made of meat.
Yeah, like animal meat. They've molded.
Look at that whole person.
There's a person there.
So I'm still borderlining on whether this is the best idea. So you got to imagine some little kids going through this market and then just being like, "What's that?" And you're
The
like,
bloody handprints in the door are a bit much.
That really sells it, and especially the kid drawing to the left.
I feel like if they didn't have those cheesy blood things, it would look too real and too disgusting.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It
Horrifying.
It did not go down very well. It did not go down.
No.
I don't know why we've cut to Resident Evil. It did not go down very well in the media and in the market. It might have been at the time when we were trying to steer away from meat eating or something. It did not go down very well.
No.
It got poo-hooed.
It was gone within hours, I think.
It's still a heaps good idea.
All right.
Imagine coming across that.
Oh,
Man, imagine Instagram these days when that would have been like
No.
for a whole day.
all right.
And
And
last but not least,
the
honourable mention,
Acclaim.
just a claim.
Just Acclaim. All right. So Acclaim. These are the types of things they did. For Turok Evolution, they put up a $10,000 bond to the first parents to name their kid Turok. For Burnout 2,
This is the worst.
they offered to pay your speeding ticket if you rushed to the store to buy the game.
What?
Nothing like endangering people.
And live, just
Breaking the law. For Gladiator, it wanted posters to actually spurt blood at people as they
they
walk past. For Virtual Tennis, it painted pigeons like tennis balls to be thrown during Wimbledon.
I don't even understand why that one will work.
And
this
finally-
would be this one, the Shadow Man one.
For Shadow Man, they literally wanted to post ads on people's tombstones.
Graves.
Acclaim are no longer in business. Draw your own conclusions.
Is it claim the what was their logo? Was that the rainbow one?
Yeah, like Midway.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, they blew it out of the water. Imagine there was just one marketer and it's all his ideas, and he's just like, you can imagine him just like one of those 80s cocaine addicted dudes.
All right. Time for viewer questions. We got a thing for this? Yes, we do. You'd think I'd know.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got some viewer questions from people from our Discord this week. So if you'd like to jump on into the Discord, find a way to do it. I don't know how to do it from here.
Right, probably link it.
yeah.
You probably can't, can you? In here? We're not on Twitch.
Anyway, if you've got a question in the comments, feel free to fire one up. We are running a little bit behind, so we're going to fly through these. So the first
we can just keep
one
going.
comes from Epolion from Discord, and he asks, what are your favorite controllers? I had to think about this and came up with the Super Nintendo controller.
I have a
purely-
picture for it.
out of nostalgia. It was just a really comfortable controller, sit in your hands well. You could do everything you needed to do. But honorable mention goes to this blue boy here, Nintendo 64, that you needed 3 hands to play. That's right, back in the late 1990s, we had 3 hands. Humans?
Back in the day.
So something you young'uns wouldn't actually know. We had 3, you played it like this. Dan, grab a side.
Us boomers had
This is how you played it.
You had to have someone here pressing
it was
these
a
buttons for you.
two person. See, like that. That's how you used to play Nintendo 64
Mine,
games.
we'll go back to that other, is the Mad Cat 360. It's a wireless controller. Here you can see here, I've got it right here. What makes this controller very good, actually, zoom me in, Braden, is on the back of this, it has a switch that you can adjust the switch to the Y-axis.
That's such a great idea. I
So
don't
you know
why.
when you're playing with a mate and you give it to him and he plays swapped, you can just click a button on the back in seconds and it's done.
Dan and I played Fortnite after last show.
And we had to keep doing
We had
that.
to keep switching it backwards and forwards.
Like, why doesn't every controller, PlayStation, please just put the little switch on the back, a little tiny little switch, just switch it, inverts it, like.
Okay, we got a question from the chat as well. Norsey wants to know, is there anything that you guys aren't especially looking forward to when it comes to the growth of your channel? Honestly, how long it's taking. So if you aren't subscribed on youtube.com/hackthedino, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow when the episode comes out, be sure to share, like, subscribe, do that thing. Tell your friends, get them on over. Say, have viewing parties where they can all sit down and look at these two chaps, not talk about bad things.
Fortunately, I think most of the bad stuff was growing on YouTube. A lot of hate is directed towards women, so we're kind of lucky because we're both dudes. But I'm sure there's going to be eventually some dude come on and just trolls our chat and just like does something horrible or does something. And I'm not looking forward to
Ashraf's
that.
there.
That's a bit rough. I love you, Ashraf. Dad, she's paying me out about my Mad Cat controller.
Yeah, screw you, Ashraf.
I love my Mad Cat controller.
Thanks to your patronage as well. All right, Arak from Discord has asked, in an alternate world, who would you want to see a console from?
I have graphics for all these, Braden.
Just going on the strength of the Apple Arcade, I got to say Apple. The Apple Arcade is brilliant. Good one, Dan.
I want Troma to make it. For those who don't know what Troma is, they're a very bad taste film company. In this alternate world, I would wonder what kind of video game console they'd make. You'd probably turn it on and it would vomit on you.
Yep.
Or something
100%.
like that. Or like it would chop your hands off when you're playing or something. I've always wanted more Troma in my life.
Okay, Zach Dalton asks, what game character would you fight and what character would be your best friend?
Graphics for this as well.
I'd fight Sonic because he's a jerk.
I would fight Toad because I could beat him.
I like your friend. My friend is Ryu because I'd like to train with him. Ryu is, of course, the reason why I started training in martial arts to start off with, because I do Shotokan karate, which is what Ryu does, back when I was 17.
And mine's the Katamari Damacy's King of the Cosmos, because I just think he's heaps funny and cool. Look at him.
I reckon you should dress like that.
Have you seen cosplays for this guy?
No.
It's pretty good. My baby's got like a peanut pillow so he can hold their head thing, and it's this green tube, and he looks like the little guy at the Little
Sweet.
Prince.
So you go there going, la 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 la.
Yeah.
All right. Donald Trello asks, when have you flipped allegiances?
I don't have a graphic for this one.
Okay, well, mine was, growing up, I was all about Super Mario and Super Mario Brothers and everything to do with that. Then when, I always played Zelda games, but was always Super Mario. Then when Ocarina of Time came out, boom. And now it's completely reversed. I'm Zelda all the way, and Super Mario, it's like, yep, I'll pick that up because, when, for example, Breath of the Wild, I put over 250 hours into Breath of the Wild. Odyssey, I finished it. I didn't even do most of the post-game.
Floppy's asked, in your opinion, is there a good video game film? There is, and I usually have this answer, and I can't remember what. I really actually liked the Silent Hill film.
Really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that film for some reason. I thought it hit all the notes. It wasn't very Silent Hilly, but it even did the things where it did the angles of the game and everything. I like the Silent Hill game.
I think there is a game that I like.
It's a hard one. I have to think about it.
There is definitely one. I just can't remember what it
Anyway,
is.
back to Have I Ever Flipped a Legend? I used to hate with white rage hip hop and rap.
Really?
Yeah, music. And now I'm all over it. I love a bit of Childish Gambino, a bit of Snoop, even dabble in the Eminem. Like, yeah. So yeah, I used to be a full didn't like rap music, and now I've just come around. I realised I just didn't like it because I was an angry person who thought he had to not like it because I was into the punk scene.
Right. Well, you know what music you do like? Brayden, do the thing.
Damn.
Versus the world.
That's right.
Oh no!
It's time for Dan versus the world.
Dan, every time.
So we still don't have a screen up, but I've got 5 songs from. I've got 3 songs from video game history. I will play the first 5 seconds of the first song. Dan, representing Dan, asks a question, followed by Brayden, who represents us in the world, with a question. They will go backwards and forwards for 5 tries. At the end of 5, they take a guess. You can guess before, but a guess is done. Like one and done. One and done. You get one guess. If you're going to guess the
Please,
thing.
if you
Guess
do
it.
think you know
Guess.
the game, please do not say it in the chat. Even though I can't see, because without my glasses, that's why I wear it, so I can't see the chat.
Yep.
Brayden may look at the chat, but he is encouraged not to look at it. And Brayden doesn't need to, because he's really good at this.
Yeah,
and I am
so
so far behind. As
The
you can
world
see.
is on 37 and Dan is on 34, so you got a lot of room to make up here, Dan. You need a clean sweep in order to catch up to
There's
Brayden.
no way that's happening.
All right, here we go. Song number 1. Now, you can always ask for more if you like. Dan, question number 1.
What do you reckon more would make it?
It kicks off in a bit.
All right. I'm not going to ask that, though. What genre of video game is that?
It is a stealth puzzle game action.
Stealth puzzle game action.
Yep.
It's my favorite genre.
Brayden,
All right. What do you play as?
you play as a man.
A mighty good man?
He's pretty good.
That's every time.
Dan, question number 2.
Give me more. Play it till it kicks in.
All right.
Pretty good.
It's very
Keep
good.
it going. Keep it going. Man, it's taking ages to kick in.
Yep, it'll get there in a minute.
Wait. Wait up.
Here we go.
Alright, stop. I don't know what it is. What genre?
Right, no, that was your question. Brayden?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Actually, yeah, it was. All right, cool. What console is this one on?
On the MSX, originally.
The what?
It was a console that wasn't released over in America, outside of Japan.
Okay.
Metal Gear.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
No, it's Metal Gear 2.
Oh!
You're a wank.
You could have asked more questions. You could have said, was this the sequel?
I didn't know they did it on the MS. I thought it was only on the only just Metal
Metal
Gear.
Gear came out on the MSX and
Yeah.
then on the NES, and Kojima didn't like the port. Metal Gear 2 came out on the MSX, but didn't come over to, didn't leave America,
Yeah, I don't care now.
and it was remade later on.
Ooh.
All right, so, Braden, you want to change that thing? You got another one added to your score. The world is on 38, Dan's on 34.
Only like a show and a bit behind.
All right, here we go. Song number 2.
I had that. Ooh.
Dan,
Could be anything.
could be.
What haven't I asked? What developer made it or whatever?
Konami.
Konami.
Oh.
Not the worst question.
Braden.
That threw me so much. I was straight up going to be like, is that a Star Wars game?
Oh
But no. What console is this bad boy on?
Dreamcast. Oh, sorry. No. Saturn.
Well, thank
Oh,
God.
dang. I would have got it if it was on Dreamcast.
Saturn.
Throw all the boomers.
Question number 2, Dan.
What genre of game is this?
It's a point and click adventure game.
Yuck.
Ooh.
I don't play them.
All right, Braden. Question number 2.
Oh, boy. Who do you play as? What do you play as?
I haven't actually played this game, so I can't do that. So ask
no.
another question.
Oh, no. What's the box art look like?
No, I do. It's which one? Because there was a Japanese version and an English version.
Obviously, the English one that we would have seen.
It's just an anime-esque cover.
Anime-esque.
The Japanese one is more of a badge or a like logo type thing. Yeah, Braden knows. Dan, question number 3.
So what do we got? We got Sega Saturn, Konami.
Mhm.
Do we ask what genre of game it was?
Yeah, point and click.
Point and click with something on it.
Mhm.
Give me a clue.
All right. It's made up of 2 words that mean something separately, but when you mash them together is ridiculous. Braden, question number 3.
Like that manga pumpkin scissors.
I want to guess it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Is it Police Naught?
Yes!
Yes!
Well done!
Oh
What
my
was
god!
it?
Oh!
I was gonna. I
was
knew
it?
it was Police
Policenauts.
something. Police.
Never
something.
even heard of that.
It's a
I would've
Kojima game.
Oh my god.
I would never have got that.
You may have noticed a theme.
Yeah, I picked up on the theme.
Have you picked up on the theme, Dan?
Yeah, but I don't know any of his games.
So Dan is on 34. The world's on 30. Dan's on 34. World's on 39. Wow. All right, here we go, Dan. You ready? Do it. Do it.
Full title. Don't let him get you on a technicality.
Do I get first question?
Yeah.
Full title. Don't let him get you on a technicality.
I don't know the full title.
Yes, you do.
3.
Oh yeah, I know that.
What's the name of the song?
Is it? Oh, the song? I don't know.
Like, add it.
Metal Gear 3 and Snake Eater.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Yes, correct.
It counts. Woo!
Thank God I got one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been Hack the Dino, and this is our critical path. You can find us over on youtube.com/hackthedino. We've got nostalgia coming up soon. We've got an unboxing going up in a matter of moments. And please, for the love of everything, please, when this episode launches tomorrow, comment, like, subscribe, and subscribe.
Shove it up your shibby.
You can also catch Dan over on twitch.tv/hackthedino. Dan, what are you playing this week?
Haven't decided yet.
Good. Maybe.
I could play Snake Eater.
And you can also hear our words with your ear holes over on Spotify, over on SoundCloud, over on Stitcher, over on all the podcast apps. We're there, abs. Over on all the podcast apps. They've been doing their crunches. They have been grinding nice and hard. They've been crunching and getting those abs big and juicy. And you can find Hack the Dino on all of those abs. This is our critical path. Be sure to tell your friends. And until next time, insert a catchphrase here. Snake Eater.